Hi my loves, welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. As you can tell by the title, today we're going to be reviewing E.L.F Cosmetics brand new Sea Bright Putty Primer. Oh, you guys know, if you've already been watching my channel for a minute, you guys know how I live for E.L.F Cosmetics products. Your girl is the ultimate E.L.F-aholic. Yes, it's true. I admit it. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jazz. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So we're going to put this beauty to the test. We're going to see if it's worth all of the hype. And I would like to consider myself a putty primer expert because I've literally tried every putty primer that they came out with, like all of them. Luminous, matte, cookies and dreams, regular putty primer, the acne fighting putty primer, and even down to the recent one, which is from their Dunkin' collection. I don't know, I might be an expert at this, but I really can't wait to dive into this and see if it's really worth the hype. So kick back, relax, get comfortable, take your shoes off. We're gonna be here for a minute and let's test out this new putty primer. So let's get into the claims. I'm gonna go on E.L.F Cosmetics website and give you all of the details from their website. So the Sea Bright Putty Primer retails for $12. It is vitamin C infused, and it's used to brighten and even out your skin tone. So this product has 2% vitamin C, and in order for me to see if this really evens out my skin tone, obviously I'm gonna have to use it for quite some time. So this is just really more so like a first impressions, but this is what the packaging looks like. If you guys are interested, I always love to show the packaging so when you guys go in the store, you know what you're looking for. So this is the most expensive putty primer that they have so far. So we don't know if they're gonna come out with another putty primer because you never know. I got like 5, 6 of them right here in front of me. But let me take this out of the box. And this is what the packaging looks like. So the vitamin C portion, that little part that you saw in the box, is on the bottom. Very easy to detect, obviously, from the other ones because these have a black top. And for context, my skin is severely dry, like really dry. And I like to tell you guys that because, you know, some people have like different skin types and stuff. So it's always good to know when you're using primers and you're using different kind of products. So I'm gonna be pretty detailed with all of the products that I use today so that way you guys know how this performs on my skin. So this is what the product looks like on the inside. Comparing it to their traditional putty primer, this one has like a very light pink color to it, where this one is a little bit more yellow. Now this one in comparison to the luminous one, because the luminous one had like a little yellow tint to it. If you have very dry skin, this will be a really good primer, and you can tell I've been loving this one. I'm pretty much almost done, but you can definitely see the difference in color. So now let's get into this. I'm gonna use the putty primer applicator. It has a little brush and a scooper at the end, so it makes it very sanitary to put on your face. And I'm gonna apply a generous amount of this product. Let's do it with the finger first. So in comparison to the putty primer, this one feels very hydrating. It doesn't have any fragrance to it or anything like that. Yeah, pretty much smells like nothing. And I know me applying it with the applicator kind of like defeated the purpose, but I wanted to feel the texture. I wanted to see exactly how it feels on my skin. And honestly speaking, I actually prefer putting on the primer with my hands because I feel like I get a more even application as opposed to me using the brush. I feel like this kind of absorbs a little bit of the primer, but I do like the little scoopy part on the bottom. That's really handy, so you don't have to keep dipping in your dirty fingers in your primer. And as you can see, I only applied the primer to this side just so you could see how it looks on the skin with and without. So you see how luminous this looks, like there's no glitter or anything like that. It looks like really healthy skin. Let's creep you guys in a little bit more so you can see my skin. And just in case if you guys are wondering, I have a little bit of primer on my under eyes. So that's what that white stuff is there. But look how really nice and dewy the skin looks. Like it looks like healthy skin. And this is the side without the primer. So let's do the other side of the face and let's use the hands again. So they also say that it's suitable for oily, dry, and combination skin. So let's creep you guys in a little bit more. I would say in comparison to the original poreless putty primer, This one doesn't seem as pore filling, but it does feel very velvety smooth. I feel like the regular one kind of smooths out your skin a little bit more, but we're going to apply some foundation. I'm going to put like some basic complexion products, and I'm going to put on products that I'm really familiar with, so that way I can give you guys a real thorough review. But so far the skin is looking really healthy. Honestly, I would wear this primer just with my regular skincare products, like when I want to do like a bare face, because I feel like this really evened out my skin. You don't see too much of my pores right here, which is nice. And I cannot wait to see what my complexion products are gonna look like over top. So let's see what foundation I'm gonna put on today. I don't even know. All right, so I finally figured it out. I'm gonna go with the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. And this is really more so like a skin tint. So I really want to put this to the test because, like I said, I'm really familiar with this product. So if anything goes wrong, I know it's associated with the primer, and that's if anything goes wrong. But I have been using this foundation for the longest time, and I really love how beautiful this makes my skin look. I did let the primer dry down for a few minutes, and this is pretty much like your skin, but better. Like, it doesn't give you full coverage, but you see how it kind of like evens out the skin tone just a little bit. That's what I like. That's what I was looking for today. All right, so far this is what the skin is looking like with just the primer and the foundation. So far so good. It's looking really smooth. I will say that this product right here, the Skin Milk Foundation from CoverGirl, is already smoothing, but I feel like my skin looks smoother with the primer, especially right here in this area. This area right here, a lot of products tend to like get bunched up, and so far it looks really smooth. I'm gonna do the rest of my face off camera and I will be right back. All right, so finally my makeup is done. It seems like I've been here forever, but it's all good. So far my skin is looking amazing. If you guys want to know all of the products that I used on my face today, I'm going to link it down below, but also I'm going to let you know the powder that I applied to my face so you guys know like what worked. So you guys know I used the Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Powder. Now this seeps into my skin. I already know how this works. I put the LYS bronzer on, as well as the Profusion Blush Hour blush, and under my eyes I put the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and then for my lips the new Maybelline Vinyl Ink lipstick. Oh my god, I think I found a new shade in Target. This shade is Moody and I'm living for it. But anyway, back to the primer. So far the skin is looking really smooth. Oh, and also to top it off, I did use the E.L.F Cosmetics Coconut Dewy Mist, and the skin is looking flawless, darling. Everything is looking so nice, so smooth, very silky. I have a couple of things to do today. Let me creep you guys out again. So far, I will say I like this one a lot better than the traditional putty primer, because the traditional putty primer is not as hydrating as this one. So for me, since I have dry skin, I feel like so far, first impressions, I feel like this is better. And it does look a little bit more dewy and healthy. And that's usually what I like to go for. I know a lot of people are different, but that's what I like to go for. So I'm gonna run some errands. I'm gonna take some photos for TikTok and my Instagram reels and all that stuff like that. It is now 5:19 p.m. and my husband and I are gonna go out to eat and all that stuff like that. So I'm gonna do a check-in when we come back, which is probably later on in the evening, so you guys can know how the putty primer held in place and to see how she's looking. So I'll see you guys in a few hours. All right, I was like, nothing is better than natural sunlight. The sun is actually going down though. It's like what, 7 something right now. So we're about to head out and go eat, but I was like, ooh, let me do a check-in. Let me let you guys know what my makeup is looking like. And so far, obviously, like, I have visible pores. I have normal skin, just like regular people. So for this to be held up for 2 hours, and I was sweating like crazy because I was doing some content outside and like taking photos. And for me to try to stabilize my body, like, it just causes me to sweat like crazy. So I'm sweating like crazy. And look, y'all, I'm sweating like crazy. And it held up really nicely. So far, so good. And there we go, like a little bit more close up. No filters. You could, you know, the foundation didn't really like cover up my skin or anything like that. It was really more so obviously for me to test out the primer, but my skin looks pretty good. You know, the sunlight be telling you everything, everything. All right, y'all. So I am home. It is now 10:47 p.m. We had a pretty long day, and for the most part, my makeup still looks phenomenal. I know this is not a lipstick video, but can I just say how long this lipstick lasted on my lips? It's incredible. This is the Maybelline Vinyl Ink lipstick in the shade Moody. Literally bust down some chicken and broccoli, lo mein, the works, and it's still there. Like, it's still there. Crazy. All right, back to the primer. The face, let me creep you guys in so you can see what it's looking like. The face is looking still very good. You have like some normal wear right here under the eyes. That's pretty normal when I use any type of the putty primer, whether it be like the luminous one, the matte one, it doesn't matter. I always get creasing under the eye. So that's not anything out of the ordinary. Right here around the mouth area, everything looks really, really good. Forehead and everything, like my brows are like basically disappearing at this time because I was sweating and everything. But overall, considering all the sweat that's been going on in my face today, this looks pretty freaking good. Is it worth the $12? I think so. So I have to see how long is it gonna take for it to like really even out my skin tone, because I do have like some discoloration around this area of my face, and if this helps to even out my skin tone, that'll be a win-win. But obviously, like I said, I have to use this for a good amount of time in order for me to see that. First impressions, I'm not gonna see that right away. I wish it was that easy, but I know I'm not. But first impressions, this primer is really, really good. Now, when it comes to it being compared to the other putty primers, it really all depends on what your skin needs. So if you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, pay attention to the details that they have on their website, so that way you can pretty much see which one is going to be good for you. But so far, I will say I'm definitely loving this one. I love the way it makes my skin look. And $12 is actually not that bad for a drugstore primer. So it's a win for me so far. So let me know if you guys plan on testing out this primer. Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in my next video. See you. And I just noticed that I was speaking this whole time and I got a piece of broccoli right there.